Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at the Lads TMD, and we've compiled a list of the NFL top 100 worst rankings. As you guys know, the NFL recently released their top 100 players in the 2021 NFL season, and we've compiled a list of our 5 worst rankings. So, Imran, do you want to kick us off here with number one?
Let's go for it. So the number one worst ranking is Darren Waller, rated as the 58th best player in the league.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious here. If you, based on his career stats, I believe last year or in 2020, he had 1,100 receiving yards and was well worthy of being on the NFL top 100. But just injuries and overall down season here, only had 660 receiving yards and only 2 touchdowns. Well, players like Hunter Renfrow exceeded expectations in that offense. I think Darren Waller was a bit of a letdown, and still having him here ranked at number 58 is just a bit shocking.
Yeah, 58 is definitely not a valid ranking for the production he had last year. I mean, you look at the 2 touchdowns. The guy is 6'6" with amazing athleticism. The fact that he wasn't more of a factor in the red zone is pretty insane.
Yeah, I also just want to make note. Kyle Pitts had over 1,000 receiving yards, and he was only ranked number 91. So a little comparison there.
And if you think about it, Kyle Pitts only had 1 touchdown last year as well. So
Yeah,
clearly some of these teams don't know how to use their big tight ends in the red zone.
yeah, we need some throwback Gronk fades.
All right, moving on to the next one. Justin Herbert ranked at number 40. So just quickly looking at the stats, yes, the interceptions are a bit higher than one would like, but the guy threw for over 5,000 yards with 38 touchdowns. And it was only his second year, so he only has a lot of room to grow. I think that number 40 is kind of a bit of an unfair ranking to him, considering that it would make him, based on this list, the eighth highest ranked quarterback in the league. And I think, Mac, we can both agree that he's crept his way into being a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, just purely based off talent. I think you ask any casual or diehard NFL fan, they'll tell you Justin Herbert is a top 5 NFL quarterback. And yes, interceptions were high, but 5,000 yards passing is an absurdly high number. He was in a high flying offense, and his defense really was the reason they had that 9-8 record. So I think next year with that improved defense, I think we can expect this to be around the tens and twenties.
I remember his NFL debut. It was before the game. Tyrod Taylor he
Yeah.
got like stabbed in the back by the medical trainer, so he couldn't play. So this Herbert comes in, and I know I didn't have any expectations. They were playing against Mahomes and the Chiefs, so I thought, okay, they're gonna get blown out of the water. He matched Mahomes every single play the whole game up until
Mhm.
the end when the Chiefs won on a field goal. But from that point on, it's just been insane throw after insane throw, and really this guy just putting the team on his back and dragging them to all the success that they have. And as you were saying, now that it's such a
Mhm.
well-rounded team, I think we're both expecting great things from the Chargers this year.
Yeah, I think it's I think who knew a punctured lung would be the turning point for a franchise. But good good for the Chargers drafting Justin Herbert there.
All right, so next we have Jalen Waddle, ranked as the 63rd best player in the league. So last year he set the rookie record with 104 receptions, and he also had over 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think if you base it purely off talent, I think getting drafted number 7 overall in the 2021 NFL draft, I think you
Number 6.
number 6. Thank you, Irman. But in the NFL draft, I think it's pretty obvious this guy is a talented player and well deserving of being in the NFL top 100, having over 100 receiving yards, over 1,000 receiving yards, and over 100 receptions. But just that being said, I think CD Lamb was ranked number 95. Similar numbers. He had 1,100 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns. And then you look at guys similar to him in the NFL top 100 rankings at like 53. You had guys like Mike Evans, who, in my opinion, are just like a tier above the Jalen Waddles in the NFL.
But I think something that needs to be noted is the quarterback that Jalen Waddle has to work with. Tua is not exactly a guy that will make plays for you as a receiver. As the receiver, you're going to be catching the ball typically within 5 to 10 yards of the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be up to you to make something happen. So I think, and especially as a rookie, having 104 receptions is insane, and I think that he's gonna have a nice improvement next year alongside Tyreek Hill once he has a lot less attention on him.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see how that offense performs in Miami next year.
Yeah, a little Tua MVP season coming up.
All right, okay, that's enough. That's enough. I think we've gone too far.
If Tua can keep the job till the end of the year, I think we'll both be impressed.
Yeah, we'll see. Get Ryan Fitzpatrick back.
Fitz magic.
Yeah.
All right, so next we have Trayvon Diggs, ranked as the number 23 best player in the NFL. So last year he had 11 interceptions, which is pretty crazy. But he also gave up 1,068 passing yards, which again is also pretty crazy. I think that typically when we think of good corners that have a lot of interceptions, we just assume that they cover people well, right? Like when Richard Sherman had the 2 years with the Seahawks where he had 8 interceptions per season, he wasn't giving up anything. People wouldn't even throw that side of the field because every time they did, it would get picked off. So it's super weird seeing a guy who has this many interceptions, but is also a liability when it comes to actually covering people.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine a guy like Trayvon Diggs who's being called a shutdown corner, giving up almost 1,100 receiving yards. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's that Dallas Cowboys effect. You know, you're always in the spotlight, always in the media, and you get a couple more eyeballs at your games. And next thing you know, apparently people think of the 23rd best player in the NFL.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff. There's that video of him in training camp against a practice squad receiver, and the guy had 10 or 15 yards of separation. And it's like, this is who you guys claim is the second or third best corner in the league. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's a bit questionable.
Yeah, I'll put it out there right now. I'd be shocked if he's back on the NFL top 100 next year.
At all. You think he's
Yeah,
not going to be on it at all?
we'll call that one early.
I don't know. I think that he'll definitely have a lot of interceptions again. It's just, can people overlook
Yeah.
the yards?
I mean, interceptions are flashy, I guess. You know, you get on the NFL Instagram page, but I mean, if we're just basing it off talent, 23rd in the NFL, no way.
All right. Well, I guess we'll have to see what happens this year.
Yeah.
All right. So the final player on our rankings is Matthew Stafford as the number 27 best player in the NFL. So Mac, I'll let you speak to this one.
Yeah, I mean, 27th best player in the NFL. I mean, if you're basing it off the overall LA Rams team and how they won a Super Bowl, I mean, mad props to them. But I mean, as a player, I think this is Matthew Stafford's first time being on the NFL top 100, and getting that shine in LA definitely helped boost his overall NFL top 100 rating. I mean, 41 touchdowns are great. 17 interceptions, obviously high. And he's got a star-studded team around him with guys like Cooper Kupp. He had Robert Woods there, OBJ. So, I mean, I think if you're just basing it off his talent level, I don't think he's worthy of that 27 overall ranking. Maybe in the 40s to 50s, but yeah, definitely not number 27.
Yeah, I found it crazy that he had never been on this list before, because just like we were talking about the Dallas Cowboys effect, there's definitely the Detroit Lions effect where he might have been playing, and I think he was playing really,
Yeah.
really well, but
Mhm.
it didn't matter because no one was turning on Detroit Lions games,
Yeah.
or at least not from a national perspective. So despite him playing so well, nobody really noticed. But I think that we can both agree that number 27
Yeah.
might be a bit of an overreaction. And I think, yeah, we were kind of talking about this earlier, but if you swapped his number 27 with Justin Herbert's number 40, I think everyone would be happy with that. I think that that's much more
Definitely.
accurate.
Yeah, I believe he was probably the fourth or fifth overall quarterback in the NFL top 100, ranked at number 27 here. So, I mean, if we're really basing it off how most fans view Matthew Stafford, he's probably around that like 10th best quarterback in the NFL. So just having him this low is just absurd for most casual fans.
Right. I think that him and Russell Wilson are like right there at that same tier where they're
Mhm.
maybe between 6, 7, and 9 and 10 as the top quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
And speaking of Russell Wilson, we also have a new reaction video to his large contract extension with the Denver Broncos. So that concludes our video for today. If you like the video, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe. That'd be much appreciated. And yeah, hope you have a great rest of your day.
Bye, guys.